Yeah. It's gonna be the last video I make for the day. About to get up. I done shaved and got all cleaned up. Put on my other chain. And yes, this is my real one now. This is my real one now. It's my real one here. But my son, I'm about to get ready to get the shower cleaned up so he can go in there and take his shower and get himself ready for next week. I know a lot of people like a lot of my videos. I be laying down in the bed or in the futon. Like I said, man, this house, when me and my fiance had it, yo, this house was clean, yo, spotless. The front yard, backyard. My daddy bought all this stuff here from wherever his land out there. But I don't worry about that, man, because it's like you spend so much time worrying about the plans that older people have. Because sometimes they use people. Yo. I think it's wrong how they use people. Yo. The older generation, they were messed up, yo. They were messed up, yo. I don't care what nobody say, man. It don't take a whole village to try to raise a child, neither. I don't know where they got that stuff from. That's that plantation mentality. Leave the plantation, man. Shoot. Sometimes when you got your own ideas, your own achievements, your own accomplishments, sometimes people they block it because they either they don't want the rest of the world to know what you're capable of doing, or they have their own hidden agendas, man. I try to stay out the way, brother, because this is crazy. It's the craziest thing in the world. And when it comes down to me and my daddy, any relationship that I've been into with another female, if he don't like him, he try his best, he gonna run him away. So, and the ones he try to pick for me be, man, please, man, I don't know why this dude think he can bring me in. I don't want nothing that somebody else try to pick out for me. I don't. It's that's crazy, yo. My life sometimes I feel like it's a bad episode of, or what's it, like a bad edition of Sanford and Sons, and on top of that, Coming to America. Like I can't even pick my own. What? Please, man, I don't want no female folks trying to give me. Everything's got the inheritance, got to stay with it. Man, I don't want what nobody else got. I want what God has for me, man. I got my own purpose in life. But here's the thing: when it comes down to success, is what I'm gonna tell you about that. Sometimes you can be financially rich, education wise, you gotta be rich with the knowledge you have within, or you can be spiritually rich. I chose to go the harder way. Everything that I did, I learned myself. Online colleges and stuff. Penn Foster was one of them. After I didn't take any of those scholarships that I had, I worked at my own pace, and I got the same education and accreditation that most children get going to a 4-year college. I taught myself. But a lot of people will never know about my real achievements because they don't acknowledge certain things, or they undermine it. They look down on people who went to online colleges. You know? Like I say, when it comes down to racism, I went through some of the hardest moments in my life from my own kind. There was an individual who was white who saw interest. He saw interest in me. He taught me how to do air conditioning. He was white. He took me as far as he could take me, and I had to learn how to do the rest of it myself. So I read the books and learned how to study, read the wire schematics, had enough handles on experience, and I want to give him, hey son, stop. I want to give this gentleman his credit because it was Mark Eubanks. Mark Eubanks was the one who was the vice president of the company I worked for at the time, Allen Kelly and Company in Garner. Mark Eubanks came to me with a book. He told me he was going to give me 2 weeks to study it to go get my CFC certification. I studied that book, and I went to Johnstone, and because I already had all the hands-on experience I needed, that's how I got my air conditioning heat certification to be able to do certain things that I do in the air conditioning heat field. A lot of people didn't want to give me my credit. And then after that, I was sent to do a geothermal training. It was Mark Eubanks. And Mark Eubanks, there's a road up there in Chapel Hill. I think it's Eubanks Drive or Avenue or Street. I will never forget that name on that street sign one day when I was working up there in Chapel Hill. And I think that family owned some land down through there. I was like, yeah, it was Mark Eubanks. And matter of fact, I think his family, it's an old Confederate Army land in Chapel Hill, not too far from that Eubank Street either. But that last name means a lot to me because it was a person, an individual of another race who saw the potential in me to push me to another level. For real, man. And you have to be careful when you get older, man. Be careful who you really call your true friends. Because the ones that look like me were the same ones who looked down and talked down on me. Because I wasn't street savvy. I didn't dress like them. I didn't wear no basketball jerseys, football jerseys. I think the only jersey that I had was actually a FUBU jersey. It was a baseball looking one. I had the King Griffey Jr. Seattle Mariners jersey. I had a Michael Vick. Everybody know Michael Vick. He took off, like I said, man. There was certain things. And a Steve Smith Carolina Panthers jersey. Because like I say, 06, 07, you couldn't tell me nothing. Because it's when I started to elevate and build a name for myself outside of my family. People didn't even know my real name when I went certain places. But when you start running with the wrong crews, people will attach themselves to you and try to give you a bad name. I watched a lot of my friends, my so-called friends that were making money, get locked up because they were indulging in the wrong activities. And they didn't have nothing else to fall back on. And they always told me to stay in school. That's how they gave me the nickname, Schoolboy. Actually, it was an older lady who gave me that nickname. Everybody else ran with it. And I thought it was pretty cool. I stay out the way, man. I stay out the way, yo. But people will spread rumors and lies, try to tear you down because they want what you have. The price of fame, it costs a lot to keep up an image. And sometimes the image you're trying to keep up, it costs more to try to impress folks who don't even like you. You know what I'm saying? People spread rumors and lies, false accusations, try to slander your name to better themselves amongst other people. And that's sad, Joe. That's sad. All I want to be is a good father to my son and stay out the way, man. I don't need a whole lot. I enjoy my peace because these women, it's like the women nowadays, they have evil intentions, yo. I know an individual who got married, started a successful business, and once he got where he wanted to be, that lady he was with, she only saw she wanted a divorce. She tried to walk away with half. So people need to be smart out here, man. Sometimes a woman's value, sometimes they don't have a whole lot to bring to the table other than what you see. So don't let them trick you out your position, man. And sometimes your friends will be the ones who will send those women your way. Try to see if you can take the bait. Like eat the cake and the make. Don't fall for it, brothers. Shoot. I don't care how good it look. Everything that look good ain't good for you. For real. And everything that look good ain't healthy either. Just because it smell good don't mean that it's healthy. Some of these women walk around with more diseases and they don't mind spreading them to other people because they feel like since somebody else gave it to them, they want to make other people pay the price. A lot of things that we go through in life sometimes can be avoided if you keep the right people around you. I just want to be a good father, yo. Son.
Yes. Yes.
Am I doing a good job as a father?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would change?
No, not really.
Are you happy with everything I'm able to give to you?
Yes.
Do you appreciate my presence more than any gift that I can give you?
Of course.
That's all that matters to me, yo. I encourage you. Get into your word. Feed your spirit, medicine, feed your natural. Find, pray just as much as you eat. Learn how to uplift people instead of pull them down. Don't look for a person's flaws. And learn how to separate the real from the fake. Real, man. Knowledge is power. Get into your word. Feed your spirit, medicine, feed your natural. Be blessed. Build wealth. Real wealth. Real wealth comes from ideas. They taught us the wrong. They've been teaching people the wrong ways for years because they didn't want people to have the knowledge to do so themselves. They want you to pay for education, which circulates the dollars and keeps the doors of the buildings open. But a lot of your information you can get yourself. Get into your word. Feed your spirit, medicine, feed your natural. I'll be blessed, be encouraged.